Administrator Pruitt, thank you for hosting us here today. This is an important day, an important opportunity. Our nation's energy security is of paramount importance, and the President, with his signature on that executive order, is going to set in motion government reforms designed to continue promoting clean air and water for the American people. America's leadership, the President's leadership on how we achieve energy independence while improving our environment in this country and abroad is determined more by the actions that this President is taking than at any time. And today, we're taking another step, a great step in breaking the restraints that have become burdens. This executive order is a rejection of the belief that the path forward on energy is through additional federal regulations. Mr. President, you understand the path forward is through American ingenuity and entrepreneurship. As important as the action you're about to take is, it's the reaction from the private sector, from these individuals standing to my left, that will be imperative. Our partnership with the private sector is vital to our ability to deliver on the energy outcomes that Americans want: affordable, reliable, clean, safe, and secure energy. During my early service in the Trump administration, I met with a wide variety of energy stakeholders, and there is this tremendous focus on increased innovation and exploring new opportunities. But I've also seen the downside of poorly designed government policies that have resulted in distorted markets and a weakening of the American energy portfolio. We see coal miners that have been sidelined without thought given to their future. We've seen our power grid reliability tested because our fuel diversity has been diminished in order to benefit one technology over another. And we've seen where the regulatory review process has been gummed up to the point that investors look everywhere else for opportunities. Mr. President, today, you're rejecting that burdensome approach to governing. We are blessed to have the resources in this country, the technology and the know-how to continue achieving greatness in how we develop and use our energy. How we use our resources for our benefit and the world's benefit is the decision and the opportunity before us. The executive order will begin the process to unravel the red tape that's been keeping investment on the sidelines and innovation stymied. Mr. President, I remember clearly your comments to me when we discussed my role at the Energy Department. You said, "I don't want America to just be energy independent. I want America to be energy dominant." And that today is the steps that we're taking to provide greater regulatory certainty and bold action to unlock America's resources. It's now my honor to introduce a great American, my friend, the Secretary of Interior, Secretary Ryan Zinke.
You know, our nation can't run on pixie dust and hope. And the last 8 years showed that. I can tell you the hallmark of a great president is one that takes decisive action. And that's exactly what our president did. Decisive action. Why is energy independence necessary? Well, 3 things. One is the environment. I'm the steward of our nation's majesty. I can tell you as a former commander, it is better to produce energy here under reasonable regulation than to watch it get produced overseas with none. And I've seen it in Africa, in the Middle East. Secondly is jobs. Jobs matter. Hard-working Americans deserve to have a future. In my own home state, and thank you, Senator Daines, for being here, of Montana, the great Crow Nation. The chairman, Old Coyote, I think summed it up best. He said, coal jobs are the best jobs. And for some of our communities, coal jobs are the only jobs. And lastly, national security. The world is safer when America is strong. And our strength relies on energy, not just for the great American himself, but for our allies. Our ability to be energy independent and not be held hostage by foreign entities. Our ability to supply our allies with reliable energy. That delivers national security. I'm proud of my president. As a commander-in-chief, I'll follow him anywhere. And this nation should be grateful of decisive action. And with that, let's get to work. I'd like to introduce a great patriot and my friend from the great state of Oklahoma, Mr. Pruitt.
Thank you very much. Well, welcome to the EPA. Perhaps some of you, this is your first visit to the EPA. It's good to see some coal miners here at the EPA. So welcome to you here. And we're gathered in the map room here at the EPA. And maps are intended to help you navigate. Maps are intended to help you work toward a destination, journey toward a destination. And as we gather today with the president, as the president is signing this executive order, he's setting a new journey, a new pathway forward on how we're going to do business in this country with respect to energy and environment. You know, number one, the president, by his signature today, is rejecting the narrative that this country cannot be both pro-energy and pro-environment. We have done that throughout our history. We can actually achieve good jobs, good growth, and pro-energy policies at the same time of protecting our environment, and the president is sending that message by his signature today on this executive order. But number two, he's also setting a pathway forward, a journey to say that we're no longer going to have regulatory assault on any given sector of our economy. That's going to end by the signing of this executive order. We're not going to allow regulations here at the EPA to pick winners and losers. And that's going to be very important as we chart the pathway forward. But the third thing is that we're going to play within the rules. You know, the EPA should pass rules that are within the framework that Congress has established. That sounds pretty novel. But that's exactly what should occur. We shouldn't reimagine our authority to pick winners and losers. We're going to provide regulatory certainty. So the president is setting a new pathway forward that's going to literally make sure that we transform our economy, grow jobs, and also protect our environment. And it's an exciting day, and I appreciate his leadership. I now have the opportunity to introduce a good friend, a patriot, a partner in this process that is making sure that we achieve these objectives, the Vice President of the United States, Michael Pence.
Thank you. Thank you all. Good afternoon. This is a great day for energy independence and a growing American economy. I want to thank our Administrator, Scott Pruitt, Secretary Ryan Zinke, and Secretary Rick Perry for your remarks, for your enthusiasm, and for your leadership. Would you give them all another round of applause? We are so grateful. And let me say thank you to all the senators and members of Congress who are with us today. And thanks to all the business leaders and hardworking Americans that are gathered here. And especially, I know on behalf of my boss, we are especially grateful to see all these great coal miners here at the EPA today. Guys, it's great to be with you. They know what most of America knows, but they know it better than most. President Trump digs coal. You know, just last weekend, I was in West Virginia, and I'm grateful to see Senator Shelley Moore Capito here. But she knows about the heartbreaking story in West Virginia in recent years. That state has lost more than a third of their good-paying coal mining jobs in just the last few years. Over 130 mines have been shut down since 2009. As today's actions demonstrate, under President Donald Trump, Those days are over because the war on coal is over. Everyone here knows the truth that affordable, abundant, and reliable energy powers the American economy. And President Trump is committed to an all-of-the-above energy policy to provide the American people and American businesses with the power they need to innovate and thrive. It's a fact. Lower energy costs mean more jobs, more growth, and more opportunity for our country. And today, with a stroke of his pen, President Trump will strike a powerful blow for low-cost energy, for consumers and businesses, and for a brighter future for America. You know, it's the greatest privilege of my life to serve as Vice President to a man who gets up every single day to keep his promise to the American people to make America great again. And today's one more example. So now, it is my high honor and distinct privilege to introduce to you my friend, the President of the United States of America, President Donald Trump.
Thank you. Shelley. Thank you very much. I guess they like what we're about to sign, huh? I knew they were going to like this one. Well, thank you very much. I very much appreciate it. And thank you to our great Vice President, Mike Pence. I'm thrilled that everybody could be here with us today. I want to give special thanks to Administrator Scott Pruitt, Secretary Ryan Zinke, and Secretary Rick Perry for your remarks. I told Rick, I said, run it the way you ran Texas, because it's going to be a great operation. And he did a great job, and we're honored to have all three. And I'm really honored to have our Vice President, because Mike Pence has been outstanding. Hasn't he been outstanding? Together, this group is going to do a truly great job for our country. We have a very, very impressive group here to celebrate the start of a new era in American energy and production and job creation. The action I'm taking today will eliminate federal overreach, restore economic freedom, and allow our companies and our workers to thrive, compete, and succeed on a level playing field for the first time in a long time, fellas. It's been a long time. I'm not just talking about 8 years. We're talking about a lot longer than 8 years. You people know it maybe better than anybody. Thanks as well to the many distinguished members of Congress who have taken the time to be here. I want to thank all of our industry leaders who are with us and who share our determination to create jobs in America for Americans. And Shelley, thank you very much also. I spotted you in the audience. Thank you. That is what this is all about, bringing back our jobs, bringing back our dreams, and making America wealthy again. I also want to thank the dedicated public servants who are with us this afternoon. You're doing important work to protect our health and public resources. So important. Finally, I want to acknowledge the truly amazing people behind me on this stage, our incredible coal miners. We love our coal miners. Thank you, John. Thank you. Great people. Over the past 2 years, I've spent time with the miners all over America. They told me about the struggles they've endured I actually, in one case, I went to a group of miners in West Virginia. You remember, Shelley. And I said, how about this? Why don't we get together? We'll go to another place, and you'll get another job. You won't mine anymore. Do you like that idea? They said, no, we don't like that idea. We love to mine. That's what we want to do. I said, if that's what you want to do, that's what you're going to do. And I was very impressed. They love the job. That's what their job is. I fully understand that. I grew up in a real estate family, and until this recent little excursion into the world of politics, I could never understand why anybody would not want to be in the world of real estate. Believe me, so I understand it, and we're with you 100%, and that's what you're going to do, okay? The miners told me about the attacks on their jobs and their livelihoods. They told me about the efforts to shut down their mines, their communities, and their very way of life. I made them this promise: we will put our miners back to work. We've already eliminated a devastating anti-coal regulation, but that was just the beginning. Today, I'm taking bold action to follow through on that promise. My administration is putting an end to the war on coal. Going to have clean coal, really clean coal. With today's executive action, I am taking historic steps to lift the restrictions on American energy, to reverse government intrusion, and to cancel job-killing regulations. And by the way, regulations not only in this industry, but in every industry. We're doing them by the thousands, every industry. And we're going to have safety, we're going to have clean water, we're going to have clean air. But so many are unnecessary, and so many are job-killing. We're getting rid of the bad ones. One after another, we're keeping our promises and putting power back into the hands of the people. First, today's energy independence action calls for an immediate reevaluation of the so-called Clean Power Plan. Perhaps no single regulation threatens our miners, energy workers, and companies more than this crushing attack on American industry. Second, we are lifting the ban on federal leasing for coal production. Third, we are lifting job-killing restrictions on the production of oil, natural gas, clean coal, and shale energy. And finally, we are returning power to the states where that power belongs. States and local communities know what is best for them. They understand it. They get it. They've been doing it for a long time. It was taken away from them and not handled well. And they are the ones that we should now and will now empower to decide. My action today is the latest in a series of steps to create American jobs and to grow American wealth. We're ending the theft of American prosperity and rebuilding our beloved country. We approved the permit to finally build the Keystone XL pipeline and cleared the way to completion of the Dakota Access Pipeline. Thousands and thousands of jobs. We've already created 500,000 new jobs in the first 2 jobs reports of my administration. And if you notice today, Ford, great company, announced massive new spending on 3 big plants in the state of Michigan, a state which I love very much. Do you remember what happened in Michigan? Remember? November 8th. Oh, that was an exciting Michigan evening. And Ford just made that announcement. It's a great announcement. It's a very important announcement. It means jobs, jobs, jobs. We're going to continue to expand energy production, and we will also create more jobs in infrastructure, trucking, and manufacturing. This will allow the EPA to focus on its primary mission of protecting our air and protecting our water. Together, we are going to start a new energy revolution, one that celebrates American production on American soil. We want to make our goods here instead of shipping them in from other countries all over the world. They ship in, take the Americans' money, take the money, go home, take our jobs, take our companies. No longer, folks, no longer. We believe in those really magnificent words, made in the USA. Right, fellas? We will unlock job-producing natural gas, oil, and shale energy. We will produce American coal to power American industry. We will transport American energy through American pipelines made with American steel. Made with American steel. Can you believe somebody would actually say that? This came up a little bit coincidentally when I was signing the pipeline deals. I'm all signing. I've got them done. And I said, folks, where do we get the steel? And they said, I think it's from foreign lands. I said, no good. Who makes it? Who makes those beautiful pipes for the pipeline? Sir, they're made outside of this country. I said, no more, no more. So we added a little clause, didn't take much, that you want to build pipelines in this country, you're going to buy your steel and you're going to have it fabricated here. Makes sense, right? Doesn't it make sense, Bob? Huh? Think so. He knows. Together, we will create millions of good American jobs, also so many energy jobs, and really lead to unbelievable prosperity all throughout our country. And Rick Perry's going to have a lot to do with that. I want to just thank everybody in this room. You're all very special people. In particular, I want to thank the miners. You know, my guys, they'll get enough thanks. These people haven't had enough thanks. They've had a hard time for a long time. They're tough-looking guys, too, I'll tell you what. Not going to mess around with this group, right? All right. Thank you, fellas. I made my promise, and I keep my promise. So I want to thank everybody in the room. God bless you, and God bless America. Thank you very much. Thank you. Come on, fellas. Basically, you know what this says? You know what it says, right? You're going back to work. That's what it says. You're going back to work. Ready? We're ready. Ready to go? We're ready. Okay. One of the miners. Who's the miner back there? Only a miner. Come on, fellas. You split it up. Cut it in about. Come on. Where's Ryan? Where's Ryan? Okay, Rick, you'll split that up with Ryan. I want to thank everybody very much. This is a great honor today. Very special people, and good to see a lot of progress. And Shelley, thank you very much. You have been fantastic. Really fantastic. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.